Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
As a certified financial planner, a lot of times I'm called on to devise plans for people who are retiring, who are near retirement. And as much as you would have made a wonderful portfolio consisting of property and stocks and bonds, mutual funds, retirement assets such as annuities, like Hurricane Sandy, a long-term illness can come and wipe it all out. I have seen people who have created portfolios for 20, 25 years, and then in 2 or 3 years they have gone down, the portfolio has gone down, and they have lost their assets. All because long-term illness can be devastating both physically and financially. There are a lot of misconceptions about long-term care. So because of that, we're going to do something different. Whenever you would have a lecture or an informational speech, you would have a quiz at the end. But in this time, we're going to have the quiz in the beginning. And Mark Wu, who I'm sure you all know, the Allstate agent here in San Gabriel Valley, Mark Wu will give you a small quiz so we can see where the misconceptions lie and whether you do well or not on that quiz.
All right, we're short of time, so why don't we all stand up? Here's how it happens. If it's a true answer, do this. Everybody can do this. I told her you guys are very talented, all right? If you think it's false, do this. Got it? True, false, and don't cheat, because we have tester doing that. All right, first question. Disability insurance and long-term care insurance covers the same thing. True or false? All right, if you have your hands like that, sit down. All right, next question. You guys got to be honest. Some of you did have this, so you guys got to sit down. The average lifetime chance of needing long-term care for an individual 65 years or older is more than 40%. True or false? Okay, let's see what the answer is. All right, you guys are doing well. Told her that you were a smart board. Next question. People generally need to spend almost all their assets to get Medicaid benefits. True or false? True or false? All right, let's see. So all of you guys who have X, sit down, please. All right, we're eliminating some. Let's go. Next one. Medicare is not the primary funding source for most senior long-term care costs. True or false? All right, let's see. That's true. So if you cross your hands, sit down. All right, we're eliminating more. Most long-term care is provided in a nursing home. True or false? All right, this one will eliminate a bunch. All right, if you did this, sit down. Next one. Medicaid covers long-term care services received at home. True or false? All right, let's see what the answer is. All right, so if you have your X, you're staying up. No, you're staying up. You're still good. Next one. Nursing home expenses for Alzheimer's diseases patients are covered by Medicare. True or false? Let's see. All right, they're still hanging in there. And the average length of stay in a nursing home is more than 4 years. True or false? True or false? All right, have a seat. Only two remaining. Good thing, because all I have is 2 gift cards. Great job, everybody.
Two ladies, that's it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm glad that a lot of you participated in the quiz and had some of the true answers. But as you saw, there are a lot of misconceptions about long-term care. What is long-term care? Long-term care is when a person needs care for more than 6 months to take care of their activities of daily living. People are like mechanical instruments. We do not, you do not have a washing machine that works wonderfully and then one day it stops working. You don't have a car that works perfectly and then one day it stops running. People fade away, just like your old car when you were a student. Would work one day, then would stop, then would not pull up the hill, and so on. So people fade away gradually. And in this gradual course, there comes a time when we not only need help with opening a water bottle, but we also need help with buttoning that shirt buttons, tying the tie, or taking a bath without falling, or getting out of bed without having our head spin and so we fall down. So activities of daily living are covered with long-term care insurance. They're covered in some degree by Medicaid. Your family members can help you take care of those. And what are the activities of daily living? These are the bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring from bed to chair, and walking so that you can go to the shower, you can take a shower, you can get dressed, and so on. In other words, to function like a normal human being, where you do not have to depend on someone to come once a month or once a week to bathe you or prepare meals and put them in the freezer. In other words, you function the regular way when nobody knows that you're a long-term care recipient. Now, as Mark demonstrated, long-term care can last anywhere in a nursing home from 2 to 4 years, but usually people do not go to a nursing home to receive long-term care. The reality is that you will live longer, and most of the people prefer to stay at home. Now, and as it says on the PowerPoint, please look at the PowerPoint, living longer is not always synonymous with living better. The longer we live, the more likely it is that we will need long-term care. We will need someone to help take care of us. We're no longer people who will live on average 60, 65 years. Average life expectancy for a person in the United States for male is 78 and for a female is 83. So living longer may need that we will need long-term care because, as I said, people do not live 100% and then one day they do not wake up. That would be the ideal situation. Okay, so what is long-term care? I already covered that, the activities of daily living that can bring you to not being able to do your activities of daily living because of accidents or chronic illness or just plain aging, having strokes, severe cognitive impairment that can run in your genes. You know, some of your parents might have had Alzheimer's or dementia. Unfortunately, that is something that you inherit with your good looks and wonderful, charming personality. So, we talked about activities of daily living. Again, dressing, continence. A lot of people confuse continence with toileting. Continence is when you cannot hold your bowels or your urine. And toileting is when you go to the bathroom and you're able to clean yourself thoroughly. Bathing is one of the activities of daily living, very important. Eating, of course, if you are able to cut the steak or whatever you're eating into small pieces and put them in your mouth and chew. Dressing, we talked about that, and transferring from bed to chair. Where is long-term care provided? Wherever you prefer. If you are in a situation where you need hands-on or standby assistance to perform the activities of daily living, you can receive that care at home. A lot of you have relatives who are elderly, and you know that grandma or grandpa cannot be left alone. They are prone to falling. They cannot take a bath by themselves, but overall they are fine. A lot of people think that you have to be in a wheelchair to receive long-term care. No, a lot of us have relatives who are in fact receiving long-term care from their children, from their younger spouses, or they hire someone to come and take care of them. So, and as I said, most of the people prefer to get the long-term care in their home. However, if they need care that can be administered by a registered nurse, that is the only time when people prefer to go, well, they have to go to a nursing home. It's called skilled nursing care. If you need skilled care, you go to a nursing home. But most of the time you receive the care at home. If you're lucky to have a much younger spouse who is very healthy and is able to take care of you, you're in good shape. However, I have to tell you that 40% of the caregivers If they are taking care of the person for more than 2 years, 40% of the caregivers expire before the person that they are taking care of. Because this is not like raising a child, where it's the joy of seeing them gradually increase, gradually develop. This is a very depressing thing of taking care of an older person who gradually fades away. I hope that not all of us experience that, but I have experienced in my life, and I know people who have, of taking care of sick parent. And every day you see the parent removing themselves from that life source, from energy day by day. I know these are very depressing things I'm talking about, but this is reality of life. Over 40% of the people will need some kind of long-term care in their lifetimes. Okay, so as I said, who takes care of you? If you have a younger spouse, if you have a child who doesn't work and devotes themselves to taking care of you, you can get the help from your family. Friends, I don't know how much neighborly we are nowadays in this country, in this day and age. I don't know if your neighbors will come every day and bring you the meal and help you bathe and make your bed and help you dress. However, it can happen. Local resources, your church or Meals on Wheels, that you can get the support. Most of the time you have to hire someone. Just like we hire ladies, we know we hire someone to come and clean our houses once a week or once every 2 weeks. The same way people hire caregivers. Caregivers are very expensive. And that's what I talked about when I said Hurricane Sandy can come and wipe it out. Average caregiver charges nowadays, if they are licensed, if their background has been checked, if they know to do simple things, such as prepare simple meals to your liking. Average caregiver charges, if they are from an agency, from $15 to $22 an hour. That is very expensive. If you have children who work, they cannot come during their lunch break. Most of the children hire someone. They take a reverse mortgage, they sell the properties that people have in order to pay for the care, because the justification is, well, my father accumulated this throughout their lifetime, so why don't I spend it on them? Let's skip this. This is a little more scary. I'm going to skip it very quickly, but nursing home is over $80,000 of expenses nowadays, and if you receive care in your home, it's over $40,000. Okay, we talked about private family support, public programs. I will talk to you about Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare in general does not cover long-term care. Long-term care is when you need care for more than 6 months. Medicaid, however, covers the care for people who do not have a lot of assets. If you're a single person, your assets cannot be more than $2,000. If you are married, your spouse can keep the home until both of you expire, and then Medicaid has this thing called recovery program. Your spouse can also keep the cash of about $115,000, $115,920. So a lot of us think that, well, I can qualify for Medicaid because my Social Security is nothing. But you do have other assets. Unfortunately, you have to spend them down. And there is no way to protect your home if you were on Medicaid and you went to a nursing home. After a husband and wife expire, there are some exclusions, of course. After they expire, Medicaid can go into a recovery program. I'm not here to scare you. However, I'm here to give you the reality. I have dealt with this despite my young age, since the early 90s when I started in this business. Unfortunately, we plan for everything, but we do not plan for the later years that can drag on for years. They say average stays less than 4 years at a nursing home, but people do not end up at a nursing home right away. It's the end, it's not the beginning. There are choices you can make. A lot of you might have properties. You might think about cashing them. A lot of you might have stocks and bonds, annuities. You might think about putting them aside. There are insurance programs available to where if you do not use long-term care, you might get some money back if the person expires before using the insurance. So I urge you to look into it today. Why? Because you will never be younger or healthier than you are today. Look into the insurance program. Look into your assets. There is the asset transfer program that we can talk about, so where you can qualify for Medicaid if you want to receive Medicaid. And there are other financial programs that can help you cover the nursing home or home health care. So I'm here only to answer questions. Unfortunately, we don't have time. If you have any questions, please contact Mark Wu, and he will call me. I do not charge anything for consultation, although as a CFP, we usually charge from $180 to $250 an hour. But I do not charge for the consultation because I work through Mark, and Allstate pays me. So I urge you to come and see me. We can talk about your particular situation. Not one person is just like the other one. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take any questions, but if you have any questions, come and see Mark Wu, okay?